Hey everyone, Danielle with Toddler Fundamentals, and today I want to talk a little bit about sensory bins. I'm going to share what they are, why we use them in our weekly plans, and how I store some of my materials. So first, let's start with the what. A sensory bin is usually a large container or underbed storage bin that is filled with materials to stimulate your child's senses. The materials in the bin are also known as fillers. They can range from things like shredded paper, beans, water, sand, and so much more. Check out the link to my blog below for some other ideas for fillers for your bin. Now that we know what a sensory bin is, let's get into the why. And here's 4 reasons. Reason number 1, they're getting in some practical life skills. Your child will be pouring, scooping, filling cups and bowls with the materials that you provide them with. They can also get in some fine motor practice. My son uses some tweezers to find materials in the bin. He also uses an eyedropper to transfer water. Reason number 2, it teaches them how to play independently and use their imaginations. You can just add some toy people, animals, cars, and let them explore. And if you're just starting out, you may want to teach them how to pretend play first so they know how to manipulate the materials. Reason number 3, it increases their language development. We talk about the size of the materials in the bin, the colors, the textures, and anything else that comes to mind when we're playing with the materials. We've been doing these for a while now, and my son uses these terms on his own. And the 4th reason, sensory bins are such a great developmental tool. They're using so many senses at once. They can see the materials, they can feel them within their hands, they can hear how they move around in the bin, and they can also smell the materials if we add in a sense. Talk about a whole body experience. Now onto storage. I keep all of my fillers in gallon-sized Ziploc baggies, and then I take the baggies and just store them in a large basket. And I rotate these out each week so my son gets to experience some different materials. Or if we're working on a specific theme, I'll incorporate them into our bins throughout those weeks. And finally, I want to end with 2 sensory bin tips for y'all. Tip number 1, if you decide to incorporate some of these sensory bins into your weekly activities, I really encourage you to set down a large sheet or a shower curtain to contain some of the mess. Also, try to do them on the floor rather than a higher surface area, just because if something falls, it's not going all over the place, it's kind of contained in one little area. And tip number 2 for sensory bins is I would suggest setting the rules from the very beginning. You don't want to have them throwing things all over the place and then you have a huge mess to clean up. Although accidents will happen, I suggest setting the rules from the very start. And that's it for sensory bins. Please comment with any questions you have below. Also, you can head over to my blog to see some of my favorite blog posts about sensory bins, some sensory bin fillers, and activities in action. Come follow me on Instagram at Toddler Fundamentals. Subscribe to the channel for Tot Schooling tips and new weekly themes. And until next time, guys, remember to always make learning fun.